Someone is saying they should have given me a virtual highlight. I do want a virtual highlight. Yeah, also, I appreciate the good luck from chat. Honestly, I think he's got the skills for it, but luck is always helpful as well. Maxell, thank you for resubscribing. Good to have you here. Of course, just so you know. No, because I woke up at a weird time and did commentary and such, I've been a little bit wiped out, so we're not doing anything other than the Gauntlet today. I'll try to do some sub-choice tomorrow, though. That way we can get through some more of those. Other than that, it's just going to be the Gauntlet for today. So crappy. Wait, I gotta do a pause so that I can make this, so that I can make the appropriate YouTube video edit, blah, blah, blah. I'm pausing for a second. Well, it's that time again, Gauntlet time. I see Tristan with us, but crappy, you're the star of the show for now. Take us on over past the creepy bubble. Hello, Tristan. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
I'm here to be a problem.
Oh, well, you know what? You're never a problem for me. Like everybody, Tristan has stepped in as staff this year and put together a lot of the restreaming setup that we have here, and is a huge reason why things are a lot smoother. And I really appreciate everything that you've done, Tristan. You have been an absolute joy, and I'm so glad that we brought you on board.
Yeah, it's been fun. I also built this gauntlet. I didn't make any of the states in it. That's our lovely GMs kicked a bunch of the states in, but
yeah.
As far as the combination of games and states we have today, that's my fault.
Well, let me go ahead and reveal the games here. Ta-da! Crappy. Well, we've got a lifeless Crappy on screen. I'm sorry. It's just, this is what happens when Crappy dies. He just becomes a very much more italicized version of himself, and his eyes fall off. Here are the games. Yeah, y'all, you're gonna recognize some of these. But let's go ahead and go through them, and I actually contributed a couple of these states as well. It's exciting. Let's talk about these states. Tristan, do you want to help give us a run-through of them? What do we have up first? This weird, overly saturated, I don't know, exposure, too bright.
That is a lion, and that comes from a little PlayStation gem called Lion and the King, which I think once we get into that, everyone's going to recognize what kind of game that is.
Yes. After that, and then Cal the Kangaroo for GBA. Let's alternate. I think this is good. Cal the Kangaroo for GBA, a platforming game.
Yeah. And then after that, we've got the Kusogrand8 classic, The Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and Friends. The NES. Everyone knows that one.
Oh, it's a classic, and trust me, y'all are going to enjoy that section. After that, Jet Set Willy, old school platformer that I would argue is good. Oh, wait, no, it's the ZX Spectrum version. Okay. Yeah, that'll be a little interesting to see how they do. All they have to do is leave the screen to the left.
Yeah, just escape the screen. That's all you got to do. Should be easy. Simple. Child's play.
Oh, yeah.
After that, we got Vortex for the Super Nintendo. You know, we got to have some 3DFX jank in there.
Yeah, we did have that game earlier in this tournament this year, so good to see that returning. Of course, after that, American Gladiators, although I don't think we're going to see The Wall, an absolute classic portion of American Gladiators. Instead, we may have a different section here.
Yes, we will have, I believe, the jank. So...
Oh, yeah.
After that, we've got Low G Man, which is another pretty classic crufty game. I like it quite a bit. But
I love Low G Man.
Yeah, one of the harder rooms in the game, I think. That state, see that one when it comes up.
It's difficult, but it can be done quickly. After that, Dirty Racing, I'm not sure I'm familiar with this, but it is a Game Boy game, a racing game. All they have to do is take first place. Yeah, easy peasy.
Should be simple, right?
Yeah.
After that, we've had a couple of questions from chat about this one. This is Pokemon 2
for
the Sega
sequel.
Genesis. This is not an official licensed game, I assure you.
Yeah, I'm seeing under the genre, it says Pac-Man, and that really worries me.
Yeah, that's real good. I can't wait to show that one off.
Well, finally, Back to the Future 2 and 3. Yeah, you know, when a game has 2 movies combined into one, you know it's going to be good. Puzzle platforming section should be easy peasy. Of course, when we get to the different states here, we will tell you what the goal is as the players are playing through them. Otherwise, how do we keep track of this? Well, during the match, you'll see above each player, there's a list, or there are these 10 different pictures. If someone clears one, say Lion and the King, bam, it gets dimmed. Rocky and Bullwinkle, bam, that state is cleared. It is done. And you keep going until time is called. In general, we expect about 5 or 6 states cleared, although depending on the gauntlet, it could be more or it could be less. Now, if they have the same number of states cleared when time is called, they get a bonus 5 minutes to try to clear one more state. If 5 minutes pass and neither player does, then that means that whoever cleared that number of states first is the winner. Now, of course, our players today are Capndrake and Okami. Let me go ahead and make sure I get things captured here first. Capndrake and Okami are both very solid players. Capndrake, of course, has done excellent in Mystery Tournament and has made it to the Gauntlet a couple times before. Okami, on the other hand, is a masochist who has played some Gauntlets by himself voluntarily, which I appreciate, you know? I think Okami has actually made some states for some gauntlets previously, and it'll be a lot of fun to see how this goes. Now, of course, both of them just chilling on possibly their games of choice. Hello, Time Stalker. Welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, bro?
Doing great. Gauntlet time is the most wonderful time of the year, you know?
Oh, yeah. And I contributed a few of these states, so I figured I'd come in and talk about them as they came up.
Indeed you did. I contributed some as well, and I can go ahead and mention the ones when they pop up, but no rush there. Okay, I've got audio turned up for Capndrake, but I'm not hearing anything, so I'm just gonna... I don't know if you can hear anything on this screen. I feel like you should be able to.
You should be able to.
Let's see. It's possible Capndrake also got really annoyed by the sound. I have heard that happen before.
Oh, yeah.
Dole Wolf,
yeah, he said
how
he
you
muted his
doing?
BizHawk.
I have some words for Time Stalker. That's how I'm doing. And Time Stalker knows exactly what some of those words are, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, I can't wait for your tier list.
Oh yeah, the Dole Wolf tier list whenever we have Kusogrand8. I love to hear, in general, my assumption is we go from the easiest tier to the hardest tier, although the naming convention for the tier is a little special.
We go easy to hard. Yeah, that is how they're set up. I mean, sometimes it's like hard to impossible, but usually it's easy to hard.
Easy to impossible. I mean, that sometimes is the case, or at least easy to, you should just skip this one.
Oh, that is usually what the hardest tier is in most gauntlets. Some of them are completable, but not all of them.
Now it is that time. We're doing the countdown, so chat, you have wonderful emotes that may or may not relate to anything. Just spam all of your best emotes because we are doing the countdown right now. Variety of the spice of life. Give me some spice, baby. And I'm not talking about mayonnaise. That's not a spice. That's stupid. Oh, this music is a little bit of a nightmare. Capndrake was right to mute it. Okay, and here we go. Off to a quick start. Of course, OkamiOfGames diving directly into the goof gas section. Let me see if I can hear this goof gas real quick.
So, two games we have here, our goals are for Kyle the Kangaroo just beat this stage. Get to the end of the stage. That's all you got to do. Clear the stage. For Rocky and Bullwinkle, it's get past the UFO room, which is the room we have here. It's a pretty classic wall for people who don't know Rocky and Bullwinkle, but this is heckin'
very
Okami.
fast clear.
Very obviously has played it before. It took me a while to figure out that you could just land on those tiny little white platforms on top of the UFOs.
Yep. I'm absolutely not surprised that Okami got to clear that quickly. If you've played Rocky and Bullwinkle before, it's pretty easy, but if you have not, that room can be a nightmare. Now, we are getting the bitrate killer room here for both of the players here, Cal the Kangaroo. So what's the main difficulty with this one?
Yeah, so
You're on a snowboard, and you don't have very much warning on what's coming. There's a lot of blind jumps. Like, you just have to take a jump and hope you don't end up in a pit like Okami just did.
I think that's a clear, though.
Yeah, that looks like a clear for Capndrake.
It is, yeah, but most of the jumps aren't too bad. There's like one or two where it's very like 1-2 pixel window that you have to get, but for the most part, you can just reaction time. Players of this caliber, they will be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we got Jet Set Willie here.
Yes.
All you have to do for this state is escape the left side of the room. That's all you got to do.
And several of the GMs recognized that that would be what the state was when the goal was exit to the left.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, welcome to the nightmare that is the banyan tree. We've seen the banyan tree in Kusogrand8 before. This, of course, being brought to us by Donkey Klonk. Cal the Kangaroo, on the other hand, was a state made by Shrambles. I did the Adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle, and I thought...
I do need to sneak in here, though.
Oh, sure.
I have warned I have instructed the players, do not game over in Jet Set Willie. You have the lives counter in the bottom left. The reason why I've told them not to game over in Jet Set Willie is the game over screen is a severe flashing.
And Capndrake is already through.
Nice.
Wait, Okami's through what?
I thought, do I have them backwards on my screen somehow? Yes, I do. Wow, I'm bad at this.
Oh no!
Oh
well,
no!
We've
Capndrake's gone to Vortex.
Uh-huh.
No, this game is fun.
Oh, but it's so rude because it's so slow.
Oh, sure.
I tested this state, and I hated playing it.
Okami also threw Cal the Kangaroo. Moving on to Jet Set Willie, it seems like both of the players sort of have an idea of what they want to approach here. Yeah, Vortex, this could be a time sink.
So you only have to kill 30 enemies. That's not really that many, and the level itself is not that hard. You have infinite ammo, and the only reason not to just be spamming missiles infinitely is because you will lag the game pretty badly.
Okay. You can also change from a walker to a flying vehicle to a third vehicle that I don't recall off the top of my head. You have that ability.
Figure out how to do that. How do you do that? Like
it's one of the buttons on there. I was messing around with the state and figured it out. Looks like Okami went to low G man.
Low G man, another state that I made. What was that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say the goal was to get through this room by defeating all these enemies. You had put in the note the explicit instruction of the gun doesn't do damage.
Correct.
I chose not to tell them that.
What? Oh no! you didn't tell them that the gun doesn't hurt? Oh no.
You figure it out pretty quickly that the gun is not killing people.
Okay.
It does not take you long to figure this out. I don't think it was too cruel.
Well, I mean, that's fair. I figured, some people who have played it might have a little bit of an advantage. One thing when it comes to the Kusogrand8 Gauntlet, by the way, is that the main difference is that you are allowed to have outside knowledge. So, the players may have played a couple of these games before. Okami taking a death in low G, man, not a surprise. But honestly, got through a lot of the enemies already. So,
by the way, Okami did clear Jet Set Willie from what
we did get a Jet Set Willie clear there. Perfect.
Yes.
Okay, I believe Capndrake has defeated. Is that 22 enemies defeated?
Yes, it is. The game will go to a different screen once you hit 30, so it'll be really obvious.
Good. Okami picking up a blue bell. The pickups in low G-Man are fairly random, and they can range from things that help you to things that hurt you. So You know, because they're able to save and load pretty quickly, that's not a huge deal. Not going to be a complete game changer, you know, if they get something good. But, you know, the more that you know, the easier it's going to be for you.
I mean, with
Capndrake is almost done with Vortex.
Nice, 29. Almost
with
down
the
to
random
30.
teleporting in low G, man, like, any time they dropped the health power up, I was so happy because you're just taking. This boss has so much HP too.
It has a lot of HP. Yeah, I just loaded different levels until I found something that I thought was funny.
And that is Vortex done for Capndrake.
And
we are
on
going to Pikachu.
Oh, Pokemon 2, baby.
Yeah, welcome to this grungled Pikachu.
It's a pretty simple game. As we all know, in Pokemon, you're supposed to catch them all. So I think the players will immediately know what to do. But yeah, it is Pac-Man. Only it's Pac-Man if the little bite things that you eat moved around on you, and were shaped like Pokeballs.
Okami, like, is taking a while on this boss. One more hit and Okami could die, though. So you gotta make sure that you get the hits. Oh my gosh. Can Okami do it here? Oh, this is rude. You can do it. I enjoy this weird Pokemon music, by the way. I don't know what it is. How many hits does this guy have? I know that I beat this when I was testing it out.
It took a while to get there just because of how long this fight is.
You also don't have any weapon upgrades at this point because I didn't give them any.
Like, I assume you normally would casually.
It depends. If you die, you lose everything. So most of the time, people will get to this, die, and then have to do this level the way Okami is approaching it, which sucks. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Okami is through. Perfect. Low G-Man is down.
It's done.
Really fast progress.
Yeah.
This is Dirty Racing, which, just win the race.
By the way, both Pokemon 2 and Dirty Racing are states that Shrambles made. Shrambles hasn't been showing up too much to be doing live GMing, but has been plotting secretly to make people suffer, and that's what I appreciate out of our GMs.
Yeah, so we just saw on Dirty Racing, the little blinking lights on the side of the track, those are your power-ups. You want to hit those because one of the power-ups you can get is that all of the enemy racers just stop. You can also get like 30 more nitro. It looks like Okami immediately blew through all of his nitro, which is exactly what I did the first time because it will go at like 1 nitro per frame. You really just want to tap that nitro button.
Yeah.
Or it's just gone instantly.
Okami just loading the state.
Really
good choice there. My gosh, Pokemon 2. Who's following you, scientists?
I assume humans trying to capture you and put you in Pokeballs.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, you don't want to get put in the Pokeballs. You want to eat the green orbs.
I figured one of those was like the old dancing baby meme. It's like a 3D model extracted from that. Oh.
I just love how it looks like you get clubbed when they get you. Whop.
Now, do you have lives in this Pokemon 2 state? Or is it just one?
3.
3 lives, but big question is, does your progress completely reset if you die? Because if so, I imagine Capndrake would probably just be resetting, but if not, Capndrake might actually be resetting a little too fast.
Yeah, I don't think he's waited to check and see if he has more than 1 life.
I want to know what's going on with this music because, like, when we're getting lag, the music is pitch shifting. So, like, what did they do? What did they do wrong? You should not be losing cycles on your music.
Oh, speaking of that, I've started doing some NES development this week. I started on Monday, and it's been a lot of fun. And yeah, I haven't managed to mess up the music this bad because it doesn't have any music in it currently. Thank God. I did get the entire screen to be corrupted, but that's it.
I mean, that's like just a badge of honor right there.
Yeah, it was so cool. People are asking, this is on Genesis, right? Pokemon 2 indeed is on Genesis, you know, the famed platform that has Pokemon and Pokemon 2.
Yeah, Kyle's suggesting that maybe they're just streaming the audio, and that's my guess too. I'm just upset about it.
Nah, I dig it. You know, sometimes, you know, if you're a bootleg dev, you do what you gotta do.
I think that's a... Is there no... Oh, there's way more laps.
Yeah, and
also fourth
Okami has
position.
to finish in first place in order to pass this state. Okami's currently in last.
So something I don't think he's picked up on is that if you hit every power-up, the locations are constant. So that's what I recommend, is just memorize where the power-ups are going to spawn, because they're really strong.
Yeah, Okami used 7 Nitro in a single button push, it looked like, so yeah, that actually matters a lot. Ooh, enemy stop is so powerful.
It lasts like 15 seconds too.
What
It's
the
so good.
crap? How does it... Well, I mean, how else are you gonna beat the computers? Pocket money? I don't want pocket money, I want to win! Okay, both of the players currently on states that are a little bit more of a difficulty for them, and that's generally how it goes. A lot of the times players hop into a gauntlet and tackle the states that they think will be easy for them, and then they start the grind on some of the more challenging states here. I don't think that these are bad states to go with. I mean, the racing one, Dirty Racing on Okami's screen, as soon as you figure out what the game really wants from you, it's going to be very doable.
Yeah, I actually
we had
have
a couple of people in chat that were calling that this was going to be a Laser Dolphin Gauntlet, and no, just Okami and Drake both locked in on the easier states right off the bat.
Yeah,
these are actually the two games in my easiest tier.
let's talk about your tiers.
Yeah, so the everybody try laughing tier. It's just Pokemon 2 and Dirty Racing, exactly what we have on screen right now. And then a pig that doesn't fly is just a pig tier. Is Cow the Kangaroo, Rocky and Bullwinkle, and Vortex.
Okay.
All of which we've seen clears on already.
Yes.
The Nay Your Bacon Burn tier, which is Jet Set Willie and Low G-Man, which we've also seen some clears on from our players. And finally, Life is Suffering, The World is Cursed tier, American Gladiator and Back to the Future, and finally Bread tier, which is just Lion and the King.
Okay,
Hi,
what does bread tier mean?
So let me take you back. It's 2023 RPG Limit Break.
Okay.
A certain PX who will remain unnamed, who happened to bring a puzzle to the event that is from Kiki. It was a scene from Kiki's Delivery Service where Kiki is just sitting behind the counter and surrounded by bread. And this is a puzzle of that. And let me tell you, a puzzle where every piece is just slightly different shades of brown and every single piece is cut identically is the worst in the world. And what does this have to do with Lion and the King? I don't know. Maybe our players will let us find out.
Okay.
I will point out, and I said this in the GM chat room, I love that all 3 of your highest level difficulty tiers are mine.
You earned it.
I mean,
absolutely earned it, Time Stalker.
Oh, come on. I got Low G-Man up there.
No, yeah, but that's like a whole tier below the top 3.
Fine, whatever.
It's like we got some easy stuff, we got some fair stuff, and then we got some Time Stalker stuff. It's fine.
Well, and here's the thing: not all of my stuff is this bad, but you put 3 of them all together.
Thank you, Tristan, for putting together this gauntlet. Yeah, was that a clear or was it a give up?
It was a give up.
Okay, that is completely fine. We're on to Back to the Future 2 and 3, which is to clear this state, right?
Okay, so this is deceptively evil because each nugget you pick up will either make a platform appear or disappear. But the problem is that there are a couple that only do it once. So if you make the platform disappear, you've lost it forever. So this is you have to figure out what order to do things in, and that may take a little while because that one in the center platform will not come back. So if you take that away, you've lost it forever.
By the way, I do want to thank the referees who are helping for this match. We've got Clades liked Vortex when he was a kid. Aw, that's cool. Honestly, I think there's a lot to love about that game. Toasty Stoat wants his own animal mascot platformer. We can arrange that. Nakarashi can't catch moose and squirrel. Nobody can. Except they sometimes do get caught. That's just kind of how it goes. And Taven is hunting moose and squirrel. Uh-oh. Okay, I think we gotta let Nakarashi catch them and keep them away from Taven. Yeah, the platform's disappearing. I think this is a big problem in this state.
Yeah.
Oh, disappearing and reappearing, of course. That's beautiful. This is a nightmare.
Yeah. In order to do this state, one of the things that both players are going to have to realize is that center gold is a trap until you can get back across. You cannot pick that up because that center platform will not come back. And that doesn't include the fact that the jumping in this game is terrible.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a puzzle. It's rude, but it feels fair. It feels solvable. Maybe it feels a little too solvable because I think this is a state that you should run away from until you've done everything else.
I would agree. Like, I played Back to the Future 2 and 3 when I was a kid. Don't play it. Just don't.
Honestly, if we're talking about it, I think of the two players, Okami's probably going to figure it out sooner, just because Okami has experience with Back to the Future 2 and 3. But this is one. It's doable once you figure out how to do it, but it's going to take a while, and that's one of the reasons why I felt it was really difficult. Is because you have to figure out your order.
I mean, Okami's also making this jumping look way too easy.
That's Capndrake.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow, I'm sorry. I don't know why I keep mixing them up.
That's all right. Yeah, Capndrake is going through this. Okami did mention that he has played some of these states or some of these games specifically, whereas Capndrake has not. Okami comes in first. There we go. That is a clear for Okami. Kusogrand8 first place. That's right, baby. Okami has 5 states down, and on to Pokemon 2. Oh yeah, look at that Pikachu. What a chubster.
Don't you just want to pinch those cheeks and then get zapped?
Yes. Okami dying, but I think Okami just reloaded immediately after, so maybe we won't find out if you maintain progress when you die in this. I don't know.
Neptune Daydream in chat is talking about the fact that I ran a race of this game. It was for April Fools, and all I did was give save states for 10 of the puzzle rooms, and there's a reason for that, because the main game is absolutely terrible. But yeah, the goal was just to clear 10 of the puzzle rooms, and even that was getting people mad at me.
Yeah, what I'm seeing as well, this is a common thing in bootleg games, and somewhat common for developers who made games for platformers that were like for Commodore, for other systems, and that's holding jump will auto jump, and because of that, if you're trying to jump onto the rope here, you'll often auto jump off of it, and it causes significant problems.
Yeah. It's also, if you're holding either left or right, you will also jump off it. It's a frustrating mechanic.
With that said,
I think Capndrake will have it though. They've kind of figured out the order.
Okay. Well, there's the end goal. How do you get that?
You have to climb up to the top, jump to the left, and you'll hit it.
You just
Okay,
well,
so on the right side, climb to the top and then jump to the left?
I believe that's Okami, by the way.
Okami getting through Pokemon 2. That is 6 states down, 4 to go. We're hopping into Back to the Future 2 and 3 as well. So both players getting into this nightmare. Yeah, now touching a single cactus once, that's death, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's one of the difficulties of this game, that it's very easy. I don't know anybody who has actually played Back to the Future 2 willingly and beaten it. Back to the Future 2 and 3. Okay, I know one person who has.
I beat it for retro achievements. So it took forever. I was 4 hours doing it, because if you've ever seen a map of Back to the Future 2, you understand why it was 4 hours.
It only took you 4 hours? That's it?
I was following a map. So yes.
Okay.
I've played this game as a kid. If you don't have a map of Back to the Future 2, you are never completing it.
Yeah, I mean, I played this as a kid as well. And returned it to the rental store on time. That way we didn't get any late fees for this crap.
I thought you were going to say you returned it early.
No, that was Rocky and Bullwinkle NES. We legit thought that it was broken. And I can't say that we were wrong, per se. Yeah. Okay, Capndrake, I think, has really figured out the order of operations, just needs to execute, and unfortunately, some of these jumps are extremely difficult.
Yeah, like I said, I've played this game a lot. I still fail on those things because it's just... It is so precise sometimes what you have to do.
Well, and it's like, there seems like a decent amount of randomness in this level as well.
The randomness is basically where the things, the little pellets dropping down come from.
Yeah, and it's relatively close to where you are.
Yeah, they'll follow you somewhat. Everything else follows a pretty strict pattern. The only thing Capndrake doesn't know how to do yet is pick up the goal.
Yeah, Capndrake sitting here and thinking, what do I do now? Okay, good. Climb up. And there we go! That is a clear! Back to the Future 2 and 3. Done for Capndrake. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's definitely one of the harder states in this gauntlet. Not impossible, just stupid. Now we are on to Dirty Racing for Capndrake. Okami, meanwhile, going through Back to the Future 2 and 3. Okami has a 2-state lead, which is pretty significant, but we're only 22 minutes in. I think it might come down to 1 or 2 games, honestly.
I would agree.
And considering Lion and the King is staring at us...
Oh, that slide puzzle's evil.
Yeah, I didn't tell them it was a slide puzzle, or a puzzle. They have no idea what it is. It may or may not be a slide puzzle, people. It's bread tier. That's what you need to know, okay? This is bread tier.
I mean, we were talking about the slide puzzles on another game for it.
Fine, whatever.
Yeah, Capndrake does not seem to have realized quite yet how good the power-ups are, but they're doing really well, given that they're not just using a little bit of nitro.
Yeah, unfortunately, only 3 nitros left. Capndrake getting stuck on one of those turns there. Yeah, this game is pretty much impossible to do without getting pickups and without getting the power-ups, because the cars are just faster than you.
Well, it also seems really hard to pass anybody because these lanes are so narrow.
It's true.
I feel like this is the kind of game where like you can upgrade your vehicle as you're playing, and like we've just been given a state where we have no upgrades. That's part of the issue. Gotta
get the blinking walls.
Yep.
Though Capndrake taking some really careful turns. Yeah, I would at least try to clear one of these races all the way. Like, even if you come in last, finishing a race will give you an idea of what the end looks like, and it'll give you a better idea of how it goes. Sometimes loading states a little bit too fast can be detrimental for you as a player. Oh, and Shrambles is saying this is the first race of the game. Okay, so this is the very first race in Dirty Racing. I love giving the first stage of a game to a player in a gauntlet and being like, try this crap, okay? Give it a shot. Oh, we got a warp for Capndrake. A little unexpected.
I had not seen that one. That was funny.
It just looks like a glitched wall clip.
It really does.
It does, except it says warp at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, Capndrake taking a lot of hits. 8 damage. I don't know how much damage you're allowed to have in this game.
I think that's out of 100%.
Oh,
but
that's...
I'm not sure. I never managed
This,
to destroy my
yeah, and this really feels off with the fact that you're so slow. Like, my
2
goodness.
point up.
What's
What
2
is 2 point up?
point?
I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, like, poor Capndrake is just not getting the powerful power-ups, and therefore, but at least is going for them.
Yeah, repair, like, I know what a repair is. But, like, the enemy stop, that is the power-up you want here. Of course, Kusogrand8, we deal with randomness sometimes, and this is certainly a race that has randomness. Oh, unfortunately, that pickup just disappeared for no good reason, so that wasn't great. And we're on to Low G-Man.
All right, looks like Okami's gonna finish Back to the Future 2 and 3 if he can get this
If the
finish.
rock will move. And there we
we
go.
go.
Very close.
Back to the Future
I thought that
2
last
and
stone was gonna
3
get him.
is
Yeah.
down. That is 7 states cleared for Okami. Okami moving on to Vortex, wisely avoiding... actually, I think that this American Gladiator state is a little bit more doable, but also avoiding Lion and the King. Yeah, this is being a relatively fast gauntlet. Will we see a completion? Don't know. Still don't know.
I would be surprised, but they also got through that Back to the Future state way faster than I would have expected, so we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the fun. These players have made it extremely far in Kusogrand8 and beaten out several people. Tons and tons of players. You know, we had over 200 to begin with. We're down to under 30 at this point in the tournament. You know, it's getting to the point where they're some of the best players that we have here. I'm not too surprised that we're seeing fast clears where otherwise we would think that it would take a while. It looks like Capndrake has easily understood that the gun stuns and the spear kills. So Low G-Man is very understandable for him. Good, good.
I also forgot this was a 10-second music loop.
Yeah,
like
it's
to go
not a
back
very
to
long
forgetting that.
loop. Okay, another thing to note in Low G-Man is that if you do happen to deal damage to an enemy, you cannot take damage while they have iframes. So, or you can't take collision damage while they have iframes. So you can relatively safely stand on top of enemies and stab down because you will be hurting them and probably fall through while they are hurt.
Yeah, and all the platforms in the background, they're fake, right? Like, you cannot stand
Yeah,
on top of
those ones there for sure are fake. Honestly, this is going very, very well for Capndrake. Just gotta keep getting these shots off. It seems like the more times you shoot the boss and stun him, the fewer shots it takes in the future. So even if you don't get any solid stabs after you have stunned the boss, that's okay. You're still lowering the number of shots that the boss will take to stun next time.
I think that's based on the boss's health, though, so you do need to get the spear hits to
okay.
speed that up.
Okay, so Okami figured out how to turn into a lawnmower.
Yeah, lawnmower method. This is how you play Vortex.
Oh my, I'm not sure if this is better or worse, but it's definitely a lawnmower.
I didn't like that form. The plane is pretty good. The jet is pretty good. The other forms aren't really great.
Yeah,
Only one more
I
enemy
mean,
to take
it's situational. Outside, I would say that, like, your mech form is probably the best. But Okami is almost through, just needs to kill one more enemy. Where could they be? I mean, Landburner, really fast way to get around if you're looking for enemies. That is
there we
30
go.
killed. That is a clear for Okami. Very nice. Oh, and a thingy comes down and grabs you. That's great. What does Okami go for? Lion and the King or American Gladiators? American Gladiators, baby.
Okay, so if anybody does not know how the joust works, it is rock, paper, scissors for all intents and purposes. When the enemy attacks low, you attack in the middle. When the enemy attacks high, when the enemy attacks high, you attack low. When the enemy attacks in the middle, you attack high.
Gotcha. You know, that makes sense. I mean, I did play American Gladiators when I was a kid. Never got anywhere close to beating it because this game is impossible.
Yeah, Okami's already gotten further in the state than I did. I was not good at rock, paper, scissors at all.
Well, and one of the things is Okami's not trying to just avoid doing the rock, paper, scissors, which will work with some of them, but other times they'll just block and you really just don't have the best of ability to do it.
Capndrake, by the way, a lot of health and already has dealt a lot of damage on this boss in this area. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before Capndrake clears it. I mean, 3 shots and we got a stun again. Yeah, very, very fast.
Okami did miss one of the more important things, though. That pugil stick that came up out of the bottom of the screen. If you pick that up and hit the enemy once, it's an auto kill.
Oh, really?
But if they block or you miss, you lose it. So
it's just BS. That's what you're saying. It's there to taunt you.
Well, it's very useful if you can get the hit in, and if you know what your enemy's going to throw, because they only throw 2 normally. This level they throw all 3, but on the earlier levels they only throw 2, so you can kind of gauge where you want to throw your one shot to try and beat them.
Capndrake is through low G, man. Fantastic. Apologies for the flashing there. That's just how the NES works sometimes. And we're on to double American Gladiators, baby.
And that is clear for Okami.
Okami has 9 states cleared. We're on to Lion and the King.
So, yeah.
This can't be as bad as y'all are saying. Okay.
So that entire right side of the upper portion is all black, and there's no defining features on it whatsoever.
This mouse!
And the whole left column is just black with identical clouds on it on the left side. And it's bread tier. I don't know how else to phrase it.
It looks like the shuffle is also random depending on when you start the level. Okay.
It's random regardless.
Yes, we've got goof gas. Ow!
Yeah, this slide puzzle is horrendous.
Yeah, remember everybody when I said in Kusogrand8 learn how to do slide puzzles? I'm so sorry. But as it turns out, we may be here for a while. And by a while, I mean for the foreseeable future. What the crap is Lion and the King anyway?
It's one of the Phoenix games. We had a 5B match with one of them, which was the dinosaur.
Okami found the mouse speed section. Oh, that is huge. Okay, Capndrake, only a few more jumps. Okay, maybe it's not huge to have that mouse speed, but it's better. Yeah, and in general,
you
if the players have
mistakes faster.
And there we go, Rocky and Bullwinkle is done for Capndrake. Fantastic job there.
Back to Dirty Ring, or no. Okay, Pokemon 2.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this Pikachu?
Nothing.
Everything.
He's perfect.
I mean, why is the Pikachu capturing the methods of its enslavement? I don't know. It seems...
Well, if you hoard the weapons, they can't use them against you now, can they?
Unfortunately, this Pokeball is moving ever so slightly faster than Pikachu. So I don't think running after it's going to work.
Now, one thing to note about this slide puzzle is that any of the dark pieces here that Okami is dealing with, I'm not exactly sure where they go. And Okami probably isn't exactly sure where they go either, and because of that, we might be here for a while. Of course, an important thing about the slide puzzle is that you gotta figure out which section is gonna be the logical best place to start. And I think that most of the time you want to start at the top and work your way down. That might be the best way for this. But what were you gonna say, Time Stalker?
The best way I've ever found to do slide puzzles is to keep shrinking the square. So you do the left and top side, and then it's a 5x5, and then you do the left and top side again, and it's a 4x4. That's the best way I've found to do it without having issues where it's trying to create something where you only got one side and you may have something out of order. But this one is just mean because that upper left corner is all black. There's no distinguishing features, and they just expect you to be able to
it may be worth keeping your eye on that corner to see if it does get moved around, and it doesn't look like it got moved this time, so you can count on that upper left corner being the same.
Well, the lower right corner didn't move at all. So those bottom four in the lower right.
So where's the blank spot supposed to be?
The blank spot needs to be, I believe, in the lower right corner though. So maybe it moved just to the right. But I thought it didn't move. Yeah, the tail is where it needs to be. So
okay, so it just
on the picture
moved up or everything slid down next to the tail there.
Yeah.
Simba is ugly.
Wait,
I just want y'all to.
Simba?
It's supposed to be because this is a knockoff of the Lion King.
It almost looks more like the kid from Lion King 2, but I'm blanking on his name.
Or you know, the Kimba the White Lion, the thing that was, you know, based off. But it whatever it is, it's still.
Oh, your name is Robin.
Thing.
Okay. So the king, you're named Robin, and you want to find the treasure of the Black Panther in the original story of Lion and the King. The Black Panther's son, Kino, is also after the treasure. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, that's cool. Like I care. I care a little bit, okay? No, I care a great deal. I need to learn more about this game. Because
the new Kusogrand8 motto, Brosencha doesn't care.
Or wait, actually he does. There is a sequel to Lion and the King, by the way. It's not just one movie. Wait, I see Lion and the King 3 for DS? What?
Yeah, they didn't just make him on the PlayStation. They made him on the PlayStation 2 and on the DS.
Oh my god, this is so ugly. Oh, I think I found... I'm not sure if this is from Lion and the King, but it still is a really ugly Simba. I gotta share him. Like, it looks like Simba as drawn by a 10-year-old who actually is not that bad at art, but still, a 10-year-old. Like, look at this Simba. Look at him.
Aww.
He's got the stubbiest little paws ever, okay?
They're so cute. I just want to, like, click them and touch them.
I will pet him and touch him and call him George.
No, that's not his name. Simba.
Let me see if that one is... Okay, that was from Dingo Pictures. Okay.
Well, that's in the ref sheet now.
That is a Poke Clear.
Yeah,
yes!
Well done.
Pokemon 2 is done. Great job to Capndrake. We've got 7 states cleared for Drake, 9 cleared for Okami, but again, we are dealing with this Nightmare Slide puzzle, which is coming together a lot better than expected. Except
Yeah,
now
there
we
we
are
go.
dealing
Capndrake.
with these.
Capndrake finally got enemy stop. I think that's the first time they've seen enemy stop.
Go
That's a
right, go
power-up.
down. Go right. Oh, Okami, no. There's a sliver of fur on the block, column 6, row 5. There. Okay, that's almost a completion. Yeah, that fur should go there. But as for the other things here, like, here's the deal. I'm colorblind, but I don't know if that necessarily helps or hurts in either way.
It's just like black and greenish white. So I don't think it would help. Or it doesn't help me being able to see color.
It doesn't help me either.
I can't be helped.
Super star. Oh, there's a star power up. Nice. I have not seen this one.
Ooh.
I don't know if this is a good thing.
I've seen Okami use it. It was pretty good. You have a decent amount of extra speed while you have that power up, and can actually pass enemies pretty reliably using it. So I would say, yeah, that extra supersonic is good. I don't know if it stops. It doesn't stop you from taking damage, but yeah, Capndrake now in the lead. Looks like Okami.
Did Okami back out?
I think Okami backed out and is looking at one of the easier
First one
slide
seems
puzzles.
easier.
I think possibly just for a visual reference to see what it looks like.
Yeah, taking a screenshot of the puzzle before it shuffles is not a bad idea.
Yeah, there's no rule against doing that.
And you do have the picture in the upper right, but it doesn't always help.
Yeah, considering that
Supersonic lasts forever.
it's such a good power up here in the racing game that Capndrake is playing. Okay, hopefully it stays until the end. There we go. Capndrake is through. That is 8 states done. Okami turning the mouse speed up yet again. Yeah, I actually think it was...
No!
Yes, yes!
Oh, Capndrake is too afraid of American Gladiator after the wall from last year.
Well, Capndrake loaded American Gladiators, tried the joust for a minute, and then went, nope.
Oh, I missed it. Okay, so they have tried it. Okay. I mean, they have to clear it eventually if they want to win, because they will not have cleared 9 first. But
yeah.
ooh boy.
Chat wants to know who's responsible for this state.
Me. This is me. This is terrible.
This is
Why?
Time Stalker in their natural element.
Why not?
Slide puzzle.
They're asking why, and I say, why not?
Oh, Clady's pointing out in chat that apparently Capndrake finished 1 enemy, and it
Yes.
looks and maybe thought 1, which would be very bad if that's the case.
Yeah, because in the instructions that were posted in the thing, it said that you will twirl your pugil stick once you've won. So
Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
I wanted to be very explicit that there's more than one enemy when I made the notes for that.
Pugil stick.
Well, yeah. I mean, like pugilism. If you've ever played Final Fantasy XIV, you would know this.
I play it in Japanese. I don't know what you want from me. My version of the look. Okay,
What do they call it in Japanese then, huh?
As a native English speaker, I want to use the version of the game that uses words I understand, and I understand what words like monku mean in Japanese. I don't know what words like larboard mean in English, so I'm going to play the Japanese version.
What do they call it? Largor?
Larboard. It's one of the you'll get there eventually, bro. You'll get there eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, larboard. is another-
Oh my God. Okay.
It's the opposite of
Yeah.
starboard. That has not been used in English for 200 years.
I mean, it has.
Sure,
You
it
used
has.
it
It was
just
used in
now.
Final Fantasy 14. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I remember the larboard section, and my sister had to explain to me, okay, pay attention to larboard and starboard, and I'm like, what the crap is larboard? Yeah.
So one of the things about doing slide puzzles in general is where you're having problems with Capndrake here is that one of the things you need to understand is how to put pieces into place in an order. Like for here, yeah, or not Capndrake, sorry, that was Okami. I did it too. But
welcome to life.
Could,
it's fine.
You can kind of rotate a section by moving a piece lower to put two pieces over, and then you can clear the top to bring it up. Slide puzzles are really obscure like that, but when you understand how to move pieces into place, a lot of the problems with slide puzzles fix. But then you get into situations like this one where it's just like, oh, we've got a bunch of stuff that you can't tell what anything is.
Yeah.
So like we will get something really obvious when we're finished, right?
Yeah, it will. The timer will stop and it will clear. And one of the things you have to do is put the piece or the empty slot in the lower right. The empty slot will go in that lower right corner. So until you do that, that is you won't clear.
I just love watching like both of them just kind of staring at the screen being like, what the crap?
On Okami's side, the second top row, second column from the right, I see a bit of like lion on
white.
That is
you can see that for Okami. The problem comes when you get that one in place, finding out where all these black pieces go.
Oh yeah, like I have no idea what Capndrake. If Capndrake needs to fix something on the left side of the screen, that's the real disaster, right?
Doesn't look like it because there
think
is just a little bit of the left hand side that you can see what it is, and it even in the easier difficulties, and probably why Okami went to go look at it, you can see that there's distinct patterns on each portion of that.
Yeah,
going
if you have
up
like
and
the starting screenshot, I can see how you'd just be able to.
But the right side, there is no real distinction there. Like nothing in there. And I've played a majority of the Phoenix games for RA. I've done every single one of them, and there are a couple that were annoying that had like one or two pieces that were the exact same, but nothing like this where it's 6. There are 6 pieces plus there's actually 7. There's 7 pieces that all look the exact same, and there is no distinction on them, so it becomes really annoying. The closest I ever came was I reset the puzzle until the upper 4 pieces didn't move. So the upper right corner, and I was trying to deal with the lower 3, but my computer shut down in the middle of it, so I didn't finish.
Your PC just went, heck this, I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Yeah, no, my power cord had come unplugged, so I didn't notice the power was going out.
Oh my gosh, Capndrake, I feel is super close to clearing this, but
the thing is I'm curious if Capndrake thinks this is the only state they have left.
Well, I mean, we'll find out later. Okami, meanwhile, having some fun aspect ratio stuff, whatever. I'll adjust if needed. We'll see if Okami
I'm going
just
to
sits
wager
there.
Okami's blowing up the emulator window to try to see more detail.
Yeah,
that might be an idea.
I don't have any problem with people doing that. You know, meta strategies are important to develop in Kusogrand8.
So yeah, Okami's capture is going to get a little weird because OBS doesn't handle game captures changing their aspect ratio midstream very well, but that's okay.
That's okay. Capndrake in Discord saying, I hate this. And yep. I think that is the general consensus here. We all
even
hate
if
this.
Drake thinks American Gladiators is done, it doesn't really matter because the only way Drake can take first at this point is a full completion because Okami had 9 first.
And I have to wonder if they've got the 2 pieces on the not the bottom of the 5th column, but the 2 above them. I wonder if they have those reversed.
Oh, Captain.
It's possible.
I think you're right. Yeah, because like it dips in a little bit on that 4th column on the 5th row, and so that little dunk out. Yeah, sure. Dunk out shouldn't be there, I think.
Well, this shouldn't be a puzzle in the game, just simply put.
This shouldn't exist.
Red puzzle should not exist. I agree.
Well, and see, the thing is, again, it's Phoenix Games. I'm pretty sure they didn't care. I mean, you're doing bootleg Disney movies in your own thing, and it's terrible voice acting, it's terrible quality.
Oh, there's no way the voice acting for a movie called Lion and the King could be bad.
I think the worst one that I've heard of the ones that I've done was the Mulan one. That was just so cringeworthily bad.
You know, we say cringe culture is dead, but we'll make an exception for this. Oh my gosh. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Okami just trying. Well done! Capndrake has cleared it. 1 state left for Drake.
My goodness.
Yes.
We'll see what Drake says.
Drake needs to ask in chat what they have to finish. If they, in fact, do not know.
Yep, if players ask.
That was incredible.
So yeah, it is that location for that piece then, despite how weird it looks.
I feel like... Okay, that works. I was going to say, I feel like we should tell him if he thinks he's done.
I told them in chat that we will let them know if there is a full clear. Capndrake has asked which one I didn't clear, and so I will tell.
Excellent. Yeah, it would be bad it would be really bad if they just sat there now.
Okay, so Capndrake has been told American Gladiators has not been cleared. Okay, so this is truly a race right now.
Yeah.
Can Okami figure out the last pieces of the puzzle before Capndrake clears American Gladiators?
Yep, that's where we are at the moment. If Okami finishes this... Well, let me put it this way. If Drake finishes American Gladiators, Drake will take the win. Pretty much in any other situation, Okami will take the victory.
Yeah, but I'm pretty confident that Capndrake...
It will go to overtime, though, if we hit the hour.
We have 5 minutes overtime? That's still the rule?
Yeah.
That is the rule. 5 minutes overtime. Okay, Capndrake has taken down the first enemy. Just got to make these kind of tricky jumps and go. There are 3 or 4 enemies. There are various enemies here.
There are 4 enemies total in the joust.
Oh my gosh. Drake, push. You got to push. Don't... Okay.
Yeah, you have to be pushing right every time you hit the enemy, or you won't actually advance, and that threw me off a lot on this.
At least I didn't give another wall state with this
Okami,
one.
like every time Okami goes down to the bottom right, I'm like, that could be a clear. It could be a clear. It is so
I'm
close.
still just wondering if the left side is correct. Like,
the left side does not look correct to me. I think
no.
The two middle rows.
The 2 middle ones are reversed.
Oh my God,
He's got those
Okami.
The 2 middle rows are backwards.
Currently in an
Okami's gonna fix
unwinnable
that.
situation unless Okami undoes a lot of the puzzle.
Yeah, it looks like those 2 on the left side are backwards. Good catch.
Yeah, so it's Capndrake's game to win or lose here.
Now, Captain Drake actually hasn't won a Gauntlet before. This would be huge for Captain Drake if he can manage to get through American Gladiators, but if Captain Drake doesn't finish it by the hour and 5 minutes mark, nope, Okami got Lion and the King. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I swear the two on the left were backwards.
It's not.
Okay, then.
Of course, a win sometimes comes out of nowhere, and Okami manages to take it with finishing up Lion and the King. I'm going to welcome them in to come and chat if they would like. Captain Drake, I do not believe, has a mic, so probably will not come and chat. So close. Seriously, this was so close between the players. I very much enjoyed this, and I am bringing Okami in right now. Hello there, Okami, and congratulations on clearing all 10 states, including Lion and the King.
I was feeling good about this pack up until I got to Lion and the King.
Oh, yeah, that is life. And also, I have to say, Captain Drake had 9 states cleared. And was just doing American Gladiators at this point.
Okay, so Drake did get Lion the King down as well.
Yes, a little bit before you did. Actually, you started Lion the King first. Captain Drake hopped in and completed it, and then I think that he thought he had cleared everything, but unfortunately American Gladiators remained, so I made sure that that was conveyed after Captain Drake asked what was not completed. But that tends to be the case. Sometimes people think that they've cleared a state and they haven't. It's just American Gladiators was a little bit longer than I believe Drake expected, but
yeah, okay.
It could have been either of you. This was so
Okami, I
close.
think you were done with everything but the slide puzzle at 30-minute mark or so.
Yeah, sorry that I had to resize my window to make it bigger so I could do the pixel hunt.
I'll try to put that was what normal. You were doing. We were looking.
Yeah, so when I saw that a lot of the pieces looked almost the exact same, save for potentially a few pixels, my approach was to try to get a screenshot of it in its finished state at the beginning, and then try to go off of that, because with how many pieces there are, the reference in the top right is not going to be a good reference.
No, it's too small.
So I tried to enlarge it as much as I can, both the example picture and my own picture, and I eventually got there, but holy moly.
Yeah, every time that you shuffled them and then went back to the bottom right, I'm like, it could be a clear. Oh, nope. Could be a clear.
And I mashed through the clear. I'm like, oh god, that was the clear. Oh, thank god, I'm done.
Yeah, I barely saw that. And I'm like, we're done. That's it.
Yeah. But I if I didn't already know what a few of these games, like how they operate, I would have definitely lost this match. Like, to go through the list here, Rocky and Bullwinkle I've beaten before, Vortex I've beaten before, American Gladiators I've beaten before, Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 I've beaten before, and I've at least played Low G-Man, and some form of Cal the Kangaroo, I don't think the GBA version, and seen Jet Set Willy, so I had a pretty... I felt good about my odds going into this.
Yeah, but, you know, you were up against Captain Drake, who didn't know any of these games, but still almost beat you. Like, Drake is scary.
Like I said in the match room, I thought my analysis of what this was going to be was I was going to be winning on the knowledge advantage, but Drake was going to be winning on the figuring games out on the fly advantage.
Yeah, and honestly, like, there were some of these games that Captain Drake beat quite a bit faster than you, that I was like, I was really impressed. It's just, like, you never really know. Some people who are blind players of games just do extremely well, and Captain Drake, you know, I think that Drake has a very good chance of winning the second gauntlet that he'll be up against in a little bit.
Oh, yeah. absolutely. It's gonna be a tough. I don't know who Drake has to fight, but it's gonna be tough for them. Which goes without saying, even before today's performance, because Drake's won a Kusogrand8 before. It's gonna be tough no matter what for whoever has to fight Drake next.
Now, with that said, Okami, were there any of these games that, like, you hadn't seen that surprised you?
I mean, Pokemon 2 just kind of felt like a Pac-Man clone of sorts, or trying to be a Pac-Man clone.
We had that genre listed as Pac-Man, so good call there.
Dirty Racing was a bit of an RNG fest because you got random items, and it seemed like Dirty Racing was going to be dependent on getting the right item. Vortex wasn't too bad, but having played Vortex before, I know one of the learning curves with Vortex is learning the controls, because there's a lot of controls to Vortex.
Oh, yeah. Drake got through that pretty quickly, though, having never played it before. He just, bam.
Yeah, you can definitely get through most of that in Walker form, no problem, which is the form you start in.
Yep.
Rocky and Bullwinkle was a matter of finding the hidden command.
The down jump in order to do the high jump.
Yeah, the high jump glide.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, I've beaten that before, so I was familiar with how that one goes. American Gladiators is always a pain no matter what. It seems to be a different American Gladiator stage each time. Usually I think I see the wall in the Gauntlet.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that this time.
There. And Low G-Man, well, the first part's easy enough because you can just hug the right side and it seems like nothing hits you. The second part was easy until you got down to the last guy who has so much health.
He's got
I had
so
that
much.
guy how many times?
So many times. The thing is, the state doesn't have any power-ups when you're going in, which tends to be the case with Low G-Man, because every single time that you die, you restart the level completely and you lose all of your power-ups. So you very much got the Low G-Man experience there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the game, mind you. I highly recommend playing through the entire thing, because it's got some fantastic elements to it, especially if you can manage to not die.
Right.
But yeah, I genuinely think that this was a fun Gauntlet. Jet Set Willy, by the way, absolutely fantastic game. I'd recommend not playing the ZX Spectrum version. Play other versions, because it's really, really good.
Like what? Commodore 64 or
I think
something?
Commodore 64. It has an amazing song that plays along with it. Like
Is that the one I hear from time to time in your playlist? Because I've definitely heard that one before.
Yep. Yeah, it's highly recommended, and it's related a little bit to Monty Mole, that entire series. Yeah, I rave about Jet Set Willy because it was such a groundbreaking game. ZX Spectrum game version, not as good, but you both got through it pretty quickly. Like, that was really, really good to watch. But yeah, I really enjoyed this Gauntlet. Congratulations, Okami. Capndrake, you did fantastic. It just one of you had to win. That's how it goes. And Okami did manage to eke out that victory, but just barely. And feel good about that. So I gotta ask, Okami, do you have anything that you would like to plug before we let you go? I know that you just did, was it your 500th episode? Or
it was our season finale for
that one.
For our 5th year of Retro Book Club, which we usually cap those off with something similar to the Gauntlet. We had a 10-game Gauntlet of 10 games that we've had over the past year. Let me get the list here really fast. It shouldn't take me too long to grab that here.
Sure.
Yeah, we had Muppet Monster Adventure for PS1, Alex Kidd the Lost Stars for Sega Master System.
Oh, yeah.
Ball Jacks for Genesis. Captain Tsubasa Volume 2 for NES.
Okay.
Castlevania Bloodlines for Genesis. Duke Nukem Advance for GBA. Kira Kira Star Knight DX for NES. Mega Man Indonesian Artifact for NES. Mega Turrican for Genesis. And Uchu Race Astro Go-Go for SNES.
Ooh.
Some of those games you or
of.
anyone else would recognize.
That last one sounds intriguing.
That's we call that poor man's F-Zero, but it's very neat. Would recommend
I'll
trying
take
it.
poor man's F-Zero.
Yeah, give me...
Not like Nintendo's gonna give me a new F-Zero.
Oh my god. Yeah, take that, Nintendo. Oh no, I talked bad about you. What are you gonna do about it, huh, nerds? Hey, but yeah, Okami does have the show over on his channel fairly regularly as well. Like Retro Book Club is great, and also you do stream occasionally, so feel free to follow Okami if you would like. It's OkamiOfGames. Otherwise, anything else you want to plug before I move on to the others?
I mean, for the UFO 50 fans, another thing I've been streaming lately is UFO 50, playing the games in sequence, trying to get a cherry on every game in the collection. I'm up to Party House now, number 25.
I love Party House. Best game in the series, in my opinion.
I was so excited to get to it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people play it before.
Highly recommended. I hope that you enjoy it. By the way, Capndrake, if you are watching and you're in chat and you want to plug anything, feel free to do that. I know that you don't talk on voice, and that is okay. You are still welcome to plug whatever you would like. How about our commentators today? Wolf, anything you'd like to plug?
No.
Cool. Tristan, what about you?
I've been streaming a lot of Bomberman for some reason. That's about all I got going
Good
on.
choice.
Okay. I mean, Bomberman is fun. Good. So that's over at twitch.tv/Tristan. And what about our friend Time Stalker? Do you have anything that you would like to plug?
Every Wednesday, we've been doing the Shuffler Cafe. We've been doing long game pack with me, Fahrenheit's, and Varanth, and we're building the second one for that. We also do that occasionally on Saturday nights, might do some more tonight, depending on what my schedule's like. And then every other Monday right now, I've been doing Retro Achievements streams.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I'm glad that you did a set of achievements for Back to the Future 2 and 3, you absolute masochist. I love it. Well, everybody, that's going to be it for today. We will be back with another Gauntlet, and I'll probably do some sub choices tomorrow, so feel free to stop on by. I'll let people know on Discord and Blue Sky when that happens. Otherwise, we're going to raid GDQ because they are hosting the English restream of Speed-Ons, the French speedrunning marathon that is incredibly successful. They're doing fantastic this year. Do we have a good raid message?
Was there...
Trans rights.
I mean, that's always a good raid message.
Yeah, let's go raid with trans rights, everybody. Go say hi to GDQ because, yeah, that's important for us. They're playing Woo Day, as far as I can see, and after that, Castlevania, one of them. I don't remember which one. It disappeared off the screen. Okay, I'll see you later. Everybody take care and have a great rest of your Saturday. See ya, friends. See ya, Wolf, Okami, Tristan, Time Stalker.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, friends. Bye.